Alright, I'm going to do a distance test here today. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and send it up. Probably get to 200, 300, 400 feet, I don't know. I'm at 200 feet up. Let's see. Let me get it up to, let's see, 300. I'm going to go maybe to 350. I'm sorry, we'll get 390 up. And there's 1,000 feet out. There you go. Alright, now we are at 1,500 away. Still full signal. Doing good. 1,800 out. 2,000 away. And again, cruising at basically max at 392 to be exact, and that's 2,500 out. $28. Okay, that's 3,000 out. Now we're at, let's see, almost, there's 4,000 out. I'm going to go ahead and bring it down just a little bit. Maybe closer to 350. I'll keep it at 385. Alright, there's 45. I'm getting some wind velocity warnings. Okay, we're now at 5,000 feet. Well, almost, and now 5,000. My signal is getting about, well, I'm at 4 bars currently. I'm going to go ahead and take it up a little higher. Just barely though, of course. It's 390 or so. Okay, it's giving me some warnings about my antenna. I'm at 5,800. So just past the mile mark, 59, 6,000 now. Starting to get some warnings. 64, 65. Okay, creeping up to 7,000 feet. Nope, okay, 69, getting close. 7,000. Okay, 73. 74. 75, okay. Tell you what, this can be nerve-wracking. Doing these distance tests sometimes. Now, I mean, I have a pretty open, clear shot because of where I live. You can kind of see what the general lay of the land is. It's pretty wide open, so that helps. I'm at 8,300 now. 84, now 85. I'm at 3 bars of, oh, weak transmission. Oh, getting back to okay. Okay, I'm at 89. Gonna try and at least push out to 10. There's 9,000. See if we can make it up to 9. I'm doing it, it shows it being in 4K. Honestly, I thought I had it in 1080p, but that's alright. We'll keep it at 4K, obviously. Now I'm at 9,500, so 9,500 feet out. It's 96, 7, 98, 99. There's 10,000 feet. I'm going to hold there for a sec. So at 10,030 feet away, 391 feet up, I'm getting a lot of interference, of course. It's kind of really floating back and forth to having a good signal or not. So I'm trying to kind of even adjust slightly where I stand to make sure I'm adjusting my antenna slightly. I don't know, maybe that'll help. So I'm moving on now. Let's see. Alright, so now we're moving forward. I'm going to see if I can push to 2 miles here. That's a long ways though with how my signal is currently. And of course I'll start to get freaking out if I lose my transmission. I'm at 10,700. There's 11. There you go, 11,000 feet. Hold there. I need to basically get to 13.2 to get 2 miles. And it's flashing me warnings all over the place with my signals off and on. So I'm at 11.7 now. 11.8, traveling at right around 24 miles an hour. So there's 12,000 feet. I think my furthest has been 13. I was even in a more wide open area though when I did it last time. So 12.5. There's 12.8. Ooh. 12.9. There's 13,000. 13.1. And there's 13,200. So there's my 2 mile mark. Admittedly, he's got me nervous down to about 61% power. So, you know, I'm trying to not push my luck. I'm trying to see what, if this is all the way over to the freeway. I'm pretty sure it's this. So I'm going to see if I can get over to this here. You can see the freeway in the distance, 13.5, 13.6, 13.7, 8. There's 14,000. Oh, now it's returning home. Low battery. Return to home. Alright, I made it 14,025 feet before it gave me a battery warning, and I just went ahead and do the return home, so now it's returning home on its own. So there you go. Bit of a distance test. I'm going to actually go ahead and click that off and just fly it myself. But so there we have it. Made it out. Battery warning brought me back home to that just over 14,000. So that was pretty good, I think. Not too bad. There's a bit of wind, and I'm sure that influenced it. So hopefully I won't have any issues coming back home. It's cruising in the neighborhood of, let's see, hold on, let me try and get this focus back on, sorry. I'm traveling at about 31 miles an hour. I brought it back. It's at 12,002 now. So you can kind of get a bit of an idea of how it's traveling. It's traveling at a pretty decent clip. I'm not sure if adjusting my altitude may or may not help it, so I'm kind of leave it as is at the moment and just let it ride. It's pretty much cruising between that 31, 32 mile an hour. I'm just about hitting, let's see, 11,100, 11,000 feet away. So that was a pretty good test, though. Pretty good distance. Nice places down there. Let's take a. What is this? We're flying. Yeah, those are nice houses. Cool. But as you can see, I do live in, you know, rural area. So that certainly does help because I don't have to worry about too many restrictions of flight and not a lot of interference from buildings, from, you know, just a lot of. I'm hoping to be able to find a time that I can get to a place where I can really do a full distance test and go, you know, even well beyond the 2, maybe even hit 3 miles. But I also live in Texas, and as you can even see how flat it is. I mean, you look out in the horizon there, there's not a whole lot. So no surprise that it, you know, hard for me to get up on the side of a mountain, kind of shoot it down into a valley. That might give me a great line of sight on it. So I'm back at 8,000 feet now. I'm only down to 49. So interesting that it gave me the battery warning at that, because I don't have any concerns of it being able to make it back. You know, with the remaining battery. So it's going to be interesting to see when it does have the problem, when it makes it back, how much battery I have left. That's going to be part of this test, I guess. So I just dropped it down. Getting a few wind velocity warnings. I don't know if it's going to help, but I'm bringing it down to 300 feet instead of the 400. Hoping that maybe I can get a little bit lower altitude, maybe help with the wind, who knows. I'm back now at this point at 6,200 feet, and now 6,000. Like I said, cruising around 31. So, I mean, pretty good test overall. Pretty happy with that distance. Makes me nervous though. If you haven't done much with drones like me before this, I didn't have really one that had a real camera, especially live feed. It was all really line of sight. You know, it was, you could see when there was a problem. You could go get it. When you start sending it off this way, even regardless with all the wonderful, amazing GPS location pieces, all that stuff, it still makes you nervous. So I'm back under a mile now. I'm actually at 4250, coming back now at about 4,000 feet. So just to give you an idea how we're cruising along, holding pretty steady at 31.7 miles an hour. So really doing a good job at that pace. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, okay, I'm saying I'm in a position to aim it more directly at my house. My house is basically there in the middle of the screen. Obviously there's a lot of houses, so you'll see as I get closer. But I'm down to 3,000. I'm still at 42, so it's kind of fascinating to me because this is my first distance test that really got cut off by the battery warning. And I'm going to be really curious. We're at 2,500 feet now. I'm going to go ahead and start dropping altitude as I range closer to home. Now down to 21, 2,000 feet, pretty close. Okay, down to 17. I mean, I'm really coming in close to home, so I'm really surprised, I guess, that gave me that battery warning so early. Anyway, that's my house there. I'll be coming up into me in a minute. There again, we're at 39 still. Start dropping some altitude. Let's see. All right. And here it comes back. I'm going to let the return to home finish it. So anyway, 38% battery still. Forget it. Never mind. I'm going to cancel the return home because I don't want it to go back up to altitude. So as you can see, here I am. Hello. Already back. 37% battery still. So kind of interesting to be able to have the that test for distance. See how far I could go. Give me a battery warning. Make it back with still 38% battery, plenty of battery. So anyway, that's it for this distance test. Again, just over 14,000 feet, I believe it was. And I hope you enjoyed.